Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop real quick, double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice and smooth, get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part.
Hello, and welcome here to the I-55 Speedway. We are here tonight with the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series, here for the Blast Off 75 at I-55, presented by TNT Racing. Big thank you to you guys out there here live with us. We got a guest commentator again up here in the booth, Kean Fry, up here with me tonight. Kean, you got me, bud?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Having a great Thursday night here Fortunately, a little bit of technical difficulties to get us started. It looks like the league sessions there under iRacing not cooperating fully here tonight, but looks like we got it rolling here under hosted. How is your night going there, Kian?
It's going all right. Just open to decompress after a day of school and work to watch some guys that are a lot better than me race and hopefully not wreck each other doing so.
Definitely gonna be a fun one here tonight. We had 30 minutes here of practice. We're into the last 2.5 minutes here. We're gonna go straight into a pill draw. After those drivers select their pills, we'll line them up for our heat racing here tonight. Jump into the consi. I think we get 2 consis possibly. And then a 5-minute warning, warm up, and jump in to the feature here. We're going to pull up our little race info. That's that Blast Off 75 here at I-55, presented by TNT Racing here for the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Tour. Going to be a great night, a 0.27 mile racetrack. So I think that's a 3/8. Right, Kian? I think. 0.27, yep. That's a third of a mile. No, third mile.
Little over a quarter.
Yeah, a little over a quarter mile. Really interesting racetrack out here, that I-55 Speedway. We see drivers meeting just coming to a close. We see that's why no drivers were out there on track. Now drivers meeting come to a close. Last minute and a half, these drivers going to go out there, get some practice, see what this track is going to feel like. You see that big slick forming there down on the bottom. I'm going to assume it's going to be another high side race. All these drivers trying to get up to that cushion and keep it bouncing off that wall here tonight, is my guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can already know it's going to be. I haven't ran this particular track a whole lot myself, but from what I have seen, at least in the late models, this track gets slicked up very quickly. We've only had about half an hour of practice, and the bottom is almost entirely slicked off already. So if you want to make the bottom work, I'm sure you can if you have the right setup, but you're going to need to really reel it in there and keep it safe so you don't get on the slick and end up spinning out, just like the 19 almost did right there.
Making some contact there in practice. Luckily doing it now, not in the race. Definitely better get it out of your system here now. I actually got to turn my audio down a little bit. I'm going to go do a quick commercial break. I'm going to turn them cars down a little bit. I'm having trouble hearing you, I think. So we will be right back. Qualifying, about to jump off these heats. We will be right back.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner.
All right. Drivers gridding up here for that first heat race. Let's go ahead, jump into that starting lineup. Dana Berta, Jacob Jones, they're starting off on row number 1 here. Cody Hoffman and Cody McDonald in row number 2. Gonna have Evan Stefanski and Jason Calhoun in row number 3, 5th and 6th there. James Gray and Tony Weed in row number 4. Landon Falkenberg and Jacob Stefanski going to be rolling off row number 5 here. that the right? I don't know that that's going off of practice timing. That's not correct. So Jacob Jones, Cody McDonald, Jason Calhoun, James Gray, Jordan Gage, Alexander Claypool, Landon Falkenberg, and Ryan Ogden taking it to the green flag here. Green flag out in the air. Jacob Jones in that 19 out in front on the high side. That number 28 there, Cody McDonald, down to the bottom through the slick there, trying to get something to work there on the bottom. Lap number 1 here complete. As they work really side by side down into turn number 3. That 19 still out there on the outside. I don't think that he's getting much of a momentum increase there on the outside like I thought it was going to be. He dives down back into second, single file back out here. See that 0-5 of Jordan Gage right there. I think he was last week's winner, if I do remember correctly. He's sitting there in third, trying to get past this number 19 of Jacob Jones as we're 5 laps to go here.
See a lot of guys down on the bottom already. I think there's enough grip down there that can make it work, but eventually as the night goes on, it's going to end up being probably a good 95% of the track is going to get slicked off by the end of this thing. It's going to be really hard to control by the end of the feature.
You see that little bit of a light brown there just under that slick in the middle. See a few drivers there electing all the way on the bottom. Yeah, I expect if all those drivers down there, it's gonna turn into a slick mess down there, realistically. But coming down, 2 to go. Cody McDonald, Jordan Gage, and Jacob Jones here out front. Our top 3, I believe 4 transfer. So Jason Calhoun sitting there in 4th. Our last transfer position, white flag out. Cody McDonald in this number 28, leading us to this victory here in heat race number 1. Great job by the 28, the 0-5 of Gage, finishing second. Jones and Calhoun, the top 4 there. James Gray, Landon Falkenberg, Ryan Ogden, Alexander Claypool, rounding out that heat race number 1 there. That was quite a bit of excitement. Great way to kick off the Blast Off 75 here at I-55, presented by TNT Racing. Looks like we got the next group of drivers. Heat race number 2 out here. But didn't want to work on that scrolling grid. Let's pull this one up. Nope, that's not going to work either. That's just giving us practice. That is so weird. Okay. Well, Cody Hoffman in that 26. Evan Stefanski, Justin Henderson, Shane Matthews, Justin Henderson, Jeremy Akins, Braden Carter, and Nicholas Mole all in this one here. See if I can get grid to work. Heat race. No, it doesn't even show me heat race 2, so I don't think it will. Let's see if it works. There we go. It does. Cool. Getting ready to go. Green flag this time by. We see the lights on the pace car no longer illuminated. My timing tower completely jumping all around. I think Cody Hoffman, Evan Stefanski leading us off, that 26 and that number 22 on his outside. Back to this green flag here. Pace truck pulling back down into pit lane. Green flag out in the air for these drivers here. That 26 to the bottom. Quite a few of the other cars elected to use that high side. The 26, that Texas Roadhouse painted machine out in front. Good job out there, Cody Hoffman. That number 5, we see Shane Matthews jump to that high side trying to make something happen. The 22 of Evan Stefanski jumping up in front of that 26.
There's a bit of contact there. I'm not sure if that was intentional. I don't think it was this early in the race, but there was definitely elbows out. 51 is in the wall on the bottom.
3 wide as we enter turn number 3 there. That number 2 on the bottom.
26 is around.
26 around. Cody Hoffman going around. Let's take a look back at that one. Looks like he got really tight. collected it back up, and then that number 7 gave him a little bit of help here going into 4. Just a little bit of a tap there on that left rear, the 26. Unable to keep that thing. Ooh, gosh, a little extra help there at the end. Cody Hoffman falling there to the back of the line after that incident.
51's car looks like he's in pretty rough shape, at least on that right front.
Take a look at that. Yeah, that right front definitely squished in there. The seam on that fender where it meets the bumper definitely enlarged as well.
He might be having to deal with some wheel damage for the rest of this thing, which when the track is this slicked over already, that's certainly not going to do you many favors.
Definitely not going to help you out here. We see the pace lights on the pace car. They're going to get these guys re-racked up, stacked up, and ready to go again. Expecting the pace lights to pop out here now. White flag. So is it going to end under yellow? Yes, indeed. Kian, I think this one's ending under yellow. Very anticlimactic there.
I'm a little confused why they would end it under yellow, but I mean,
I don't think
know.
you can get a green-white checkered in. Oh, maybe. Pace car down to pit lane. Green-white checkered out. White flag in the air. Okay. Cool. I'd love to see it end under racing here. Evan Stefanski in that 22 out front. You got Shane Matthews, Chase DeRochi, and Braden Carter there in the top 4. Checkered flag about to come out. The 5 to the bottom. He makes the pass. Shane Matthews to the point. Looks like 3 to go. Caution flag's not counting. I think iRacing counted them, and then when we went back green there, Kian, it recounted the caution flags as not counting. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But there's a heated battle for the lead right now. 3 wide behind him.
Number 5 on the outside, trying to get that momentum built up there. Shane Matthews on the outside. Evan Stefanski on that 22 on the bottom. I don't know who's got this thing. That 5's got a little bit of an edge, it looks like. Out wide there in 4. Does he have enough? He does. He beats him to the line with that momentum from that outside lane. Shane Matthews, Evan Stefanski, Chase DeRochi, and Braden Carter, our top 4. Justin Henderson, Nicholas Mole, rounding out that top 6 there. Getting ready to go back. Green flag heat race number 3 coming to you live here. Jeffrey Hyatt, Tyler Cook, Cameron Stefanski, Jacob Stefanski, Colton Wilson, Mason Mock, Dakota Proud, and Tony Weed here in the 3rd heat race tonight at the Blast Off 75 at I-55. Here presented by TNT Racing for the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series. Want to give a big thank you to those partners and sponsors that make it happen here at No Limit Racing. Big thank you to 51 Speed Performance, Henderson Amusement, CDM Motorsports, Infamous Sim Shots, Tadpole Racing League, Tommy Guns Custom, TNT Racing, and Smith Deadly Design. Thank you guys for everything you do here at the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series and No Limit Racing. Want to give a big thank you to all our partners and sponsors here at Fearless Broadcasting. Big thank you to Push the Edge, Tier 1 Setup Shop, Admin Box, Juicy Spider Studios, Puffy Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Motorsports, and of course, Fearless Broadcasting, having us up in the booth here this week. Getting ready to go back. Green flag here. Once again, Kian Fry and Greg Thielson up in the booth. Here about to bring you heat race number 3. That 93 Jeffrey Hyatt, the 14 Tyler Cook leading us off to the green flag. It's in the air. Jeffrey Hyatt with a great jump out front, that 14 all the way to that cushion and a little beyond it there. Really out wide. That 24K comes around, caution flag flying there. I think that was Colton Wilson in that 24 machine. got in there to turn one just a little bit too hot. The 45 making a little bit of contact. I don't think that was it there. Let's see. As he tries to get it squared down the backstretch. Yep, that 45 just catching him there. He makes some contact, hard contact with, I believe that was that would be Mason Mock there in the 12. Cameron Stefanski in the number 2. Also involved in that one. Take a look back from his view one more time. Oh, and they were making contact back there. Just nowhere to go.
Well, I mean, when you're at a track like this and it's this slicked over already, I know we keep talking about the slick, but eventually there's going to be some elbows out racing and somebody's going to get it just wrong on the slick. And we saw it right there. 45 got caught up on the slick. He couldn't check up in time, and he just sent the guy in front of him around. So the slick is coming into play a lot earlier than it did at Eldora, but it's going to come into play even more when the feature comes around.
And I see out in the chat, Cameo 289, repping Foxtrot VRT tonight, Tyler Cook. So shout out to you out in the chat. Thank you guys being here live with us. Checking this out on the recorded video. Glad to have the No Limit Racing League and their Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series here at I-55. Pace truck down into pit lane. Here this time, Jeffrey Hyatt, Tyler Cook leading us to this green flag. You got this one, Kian.
All right, coming out of 3 and 4, the pace truck is coming off. We are about to go green, and the 93... Oh, wait. They extended the caution.
They did. Look at that. Trying to ice you a little bit. Make sure you're ready. Throw the ice on the play.
Well, the pace lights are off this time, so I assume that means the heat is about to start up again. Yes, and the 93 is going to get a great start. Green flag back in the air as they go back into turn 1. 66 is going to keep it on that low side. 23 is trying to make the high side work. They're 3 wide behind him for the transfer.
And that 19, they're stuck in the middle. The 14 on the outside. 3 wide as we come down the front stretch. Dakota Proud, Cameron Stefanski, and Tyler Cook there. A 3 wide battle all the way around this racetrack. Oh no, the 2 and the 19. Some contact there. Looks like Mason Mock. Definitely not the beneficiary of that one. Coming down the backstretch, that 66 out in front, Jeffrey Hyatt. Jacob Stefanski on the outside in that 6. Definitely not giving it to him easy. Labeled there as the 23 on the track. Unfortunately, not running in our league session tonight, so the numbers a little bit mixed up here. Hopefully going to get that one fixed out there next week. 3 laps remaining. Jeffrey Hyatt in that 93. Numbered 66 out there tonight. Gonna be something we have to get used to. You see that slick forming a little bit wider there in 3 and 4. I don't know if you caught a glimpse of that, Kian. That slick widening out early here.
Yeah, definitely. As the night goes on, you're gonna see, as the slick covers more of the track, you're gonna see a lot of guys either hug the bottom or run the absolute top cushion. The most dirt they can get on their tires. White flag is out. I think the 93 is running away with this thing right now.
Jeffrey Hyatt, that pole sitter there, definitely running away, almost catching lap traffic there. Not putting him quite a lap down. Almost. Tony Weed, I think that is. Yeah, no, that's not. Tony Weed falling back into the pit lane. That's Mason Mock. Definitely missing his front bumper out there. He comes across that start finish. Jeffrey Hyatt, Jacob Stefanski, Cameron Stefanski, Dakota Proud, Tyler Cook, Colton Wilson, Mason Mock, and Tony Weed pulling off there. Rolling into heat race number 4. Stephen Barrow, Zachary Martin, Caleb Myers, Jim Rivas, Tim Taylor, Joshua Mulwey, Brandon Jones, and Brandon Rogers all out here for this one. See the drivers starting gridding up there. Dana Burdick, Said, sorry, short track, we extend to review. Copy that. They extended that one to review that incident. Thank you, Dana, hopping in here, letting us know what was going on there. Getting ready to go, green flag here. Once again, we see those numbers on the race cars not going to be correlating tonight to the scoreboard, unfortunately. Had to make this race over on hosted. Leagues having some issues there tonight on iRacing. So we're going to have to deal with what we got. We're going to pull out our little telemetry device. That number 57 machine, Jim Rivas there sitting in third, marked as the number 1 on the car, it looks like. Or 7, is that a 7-2? I can't even tell. But getting ready, green flag back out in the air. That TNT Racing 45. Stephen Barrow out to the early lead on that bottom side. We see 3 wide action down the back stretch. They figure it out. Back double file here through the front, still side by side. We watch that number, I want to say that's a 41, but they're on the bottom of the 04. Little bit of a patriotic theme there. You see that American flag on the roof of that 04. That's a cool touch there. That 99 there on the bottom. Looks like that 15 trying to make it 3 wide there in between the 19 and the 57. Not enough room. He thinks better of it. That was a great idea there by him.
I don't know if he caught it, but the 99 and the 15 got into it a little bit behind. 15 gave him a little nudge to the back bumper. They got loose, but they've kept it clean and green so far, but there's already quite a bit of contact even just in these heats.
A lot of contact. These dirt street stock series, definitely one of those series, just inherently have some contact. They got fenders on there. They're not afraid to rub. As we see about 85 miles an hour almost entering into the turn there. Those drivers all in 4th gear with the hammer down. Watch this 99, that TNT Racing Memphis Grizzlies. Tim Taylor machine coming to 2 to go. White flag out once we pass the stripe. This time that 36, Stephen Barrow, numbered as that 45 here, been in control of this thing the whole time.
Coming to the checkered flag, I think he's gonna lock it down. The number 45 comes away with it.
Coming home with the win. Stephen Barrow in that 36, numbered 45. Caleb Myers, Zachary Martin, Jim Rivas, Tim Taylor. Gonna be that top 5. Looks like we're rolling here into our first consi of the night. This is gonna get exciting real quick here, Kian.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of elbows out racing, even just for the heats, and I mean, it's slick. The track's slicking off. The drivers are getting more aggressive to make the transfer, and I get it. You know, there's cash on the line. There's money on the line. A lot of guys are racing, get that $20 to win the feature, but I mean, I've never, even in officials, I never see it get this aggressive, but I'm impressed they've been able to keep it clean so far.
And we'll go through the starting grid here in the consi. Jason Calhoun, Dakota Proud, James Gray, Tyler Cook, Landon Falkenberg, Colton Wilson, Ryan Ogden, Mason Mock, Alexander Claypool, the last one here to grid up, and in that 10th position, Tony Weed. Going to be rolling off on this one. It looks like Alexander Claypool not making the call, not gridding up here in the consolation. He not going to make it to the feature here tonight, unfortunately. Go ahead and drop that telemetry.
I'm not really sure who's going to come away with this one, because I believe it's only either the winners or the top 2 of the consi that make it to the feature, but I keep an eye out on the 14. He's had some success on the asphalt, so maybe he can transfer some of that success to the dirt too.
see if he can make it happen here. It's like that 16 and the 24 leading us off to this green. Fortunately, numbered the 14 and 19, but Jason Calhoun, Dakota Proud, going to be leading us off in this one. Down the pit lane, the pace truck pulls green flag out in the air. Consolation number 1 here for the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series. Here with the Blast Off 75 at I-55, presented by TNT Racing. We see that 19 and the 14 on the outside, working their way forward. That outside now beginning to get a little bit more speed. Yellow flag flying in the air. Take a look at that. Tony Weed around.
I think I caught a glimpse of it. I think 2 cars got into the back of each other on the backstretch. Or maybe it was in the turn. No, it was in the turn.
The one slowing down the 45. Getting a little piece of his rear bumper. Oh, he just missed that inside tractor tire. And then making some contact there with Mason Mock. Rewind that one more time. So some heavy contact with that number 1 machine. He slowed him up. He went to go high. Then made contact with Mason Mock, finding himself in the wall there. Not what that 45 Tony Wood wanted to see to start off this consolation.
I just got word from race control they are taking the top 6 from the consolation finishes to get to the feature.
Top 6, so he's still got a shot there. Tony Weed not out of it quite yet. Pace lights out on the pace car. Dakota Proud, James Gray now leading us off. Green flag out in the air. That 19 to the bottom. Can he make it work? A lot of slick down there. He gets the traction. Gets a great run off of turn number 2 down the back. Beating and banging. Elbows out. Racing Mock there. Making some contact with Tyler Cook in the back there. Mock loose. More contact with Tony Weed. There in the back. That's heating up. Let's take a look back there.
Yeah, that is getting pretty heated back there.
The 14 around.
14 is around.
Caution flag coming out. Tyler Cook finding himself in the wall there. Let's find out what quite happened there. He had that thing yawed out. I think he went to save it. It got tight right there. No, he had it okay. Pitched it in here in the slick. Oh, it just came around. Yep. Just came around in that slick. Mason Mock in that 12. Just nowhere to go. Absolutely creamed him there. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of what happens when you lose it in the slick. It can be a little faster getting that momentum going higher than the bottom, but you just gave it too much throttle, and by the time you realized it was just too late. He couldn't save it, and 14 just absolutely nowhere to go. Or the 12, sorry.
Oh, hard hit for that Tony Weed number 45. Numbered as something else. Yeah, the numbers tonight not going to be working in our favor there, Gian.
Well, I guess that's just something we got to deal with. We are about to come to green. Pace truck is off. 19, green flag. 19 gets a great start. They're already battling hard in the back for the final transfer.
3 wide there down the backstretch. Momentarily, that 21, the 24, and that number 1. Yet 3 wide, another car around. That looks like James Gray in the 76. Take a look at that one. Yellow flag back out here. Wow. So we see that 76 coming here through 3 and 4. Really good. A little sideways there. A lot of wheel. Just coming around again, just like Tony Weed. Just a little too much throttle in the slick. Luckily, it looks like nobody else involved too heavily. Yeah, Tony keeping it off of Mason Mock there. Wow.
Yep, that is the second victim of the slick tonight, and none of these cautions have been intentional, but if we're getting this slick and this slatty and getting this hard to control it under just a consolation. I'm both excited and a little worried about the feature, but as long as we can keep it clean, you know, nothing intentional. That's just short track racing.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of beating and banging. Rubbing is racing, but definitely got to take care of your fellow competitors out there a little bit. You don't want them taking you out next week. But green flag back out in the air. That 19 out to an early lead. Dakota Proud. Great restart. The 14 just behind him. James Calhoun. Landon Falkenberg on the inside in that 21. Trying to make his way past the 14. That bottom still looks like it's got a ton of grip. Working still really well there, Kian.
Yeah, it is definitely working for him. But like I said before, as that slick keeps coming, it's going to be either the extreme top or the extreme bottom. And a lot of guys are choosing the bottom because it's the safest option right now, but eventually that's going to get slicked off too. So it's just going to become a matter of saving your tires and picking your spots, knowing where to go on the track so that you don't burn your stuff up with 50 laps to go.
Definitely gonna be the case here tonight. Two laps left remaining as we come across the stripe. This time Dakota Proud still out in front. Landon Falkenberg, James Calhoun fighting there for that second spot. Tony Weed and Ryan Ogden fighting for that fourth spot here. This battle heating up. White flag out in the air there for Dakota Proud. He's got a healthy lead out in front. The battle here for the transfer position. 6 cars transferring it in. Colton Wilson, he's that guy going to transfer in. Mason Mock back here in 7th. Not enough. Checkered flag. Dakota Proud, Jason Calhoun, Landon Falkenberg, Tony Weed, Ryan Ogden, and Colton Wilson. Your 6 drivers going to be advancing to that feature race here tonight.
I'll admit I kind of feel bad for giving Tyler the announcer's curse. As soon as I said at the start of the consolation he's had some success on the asphalt, lo and behold he gets loose in the slick and he hits the wall. So I can't help but feel a little bit responsible for that.
Yeah, that's just all part of it. We're calling the action here. We say somebody's name and it's just kind of like witchcraft or something, man. You say somebody's name and something magically happens. It's crazy. But here, consolation number 2, Braden Carter going to be leading us off. Jim Rivas, Justin Henderson, Tim Taylor, Nicholas Mole, Brandon Rogers, Jeremy Akins, Brandon Jones, Cody Hoffman, and Joshua Mulwheat. Here in this one.
Well, I just got word from race control again. The track state for the next session is going to be reset. So it's not going to be nearly as slick at the start of the feature, but it'll still change over the course of the race, but it's not going to be nearly as slick as it's been in the heats and consolations so far.
Interesting, very interesting there. A little track refresh. That's going to be nice there for the feature. See Justin Henderson, Jim Rivas out front in that 63 and the 57. This boy's taking us to the green flag here. I like that 57. That's a sharp looking ride, I must say.
I love how creative some of these paint jobs can be. I just hope they don't get all torn up by the end of this thing. Pace truck is off. We are coming to green for the last consti. Green flag in the air. Henderson gets a great start. He's going to start on the extreme bottom. Go up a little bit into the slick.
On the outside with a run there on the race lead. That's Jim Rivas on the outside. That awesome paint job that I said. But Justin Henderson not giving up the lead. They're still out in front on the bottom. Almost 3 wide. The 2 diving to the bottom. That's Jim Rivas going for second or first there, wherever he ends up. Them up on the top. He's on the bottom. That bottom still hanging on there.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make use of it, go for it. More power to you. But oh my goodness, 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead right now.
A little bit of contact there. That 2 making some front contact with the left rear of the 57. 3 wide for this race lead in consolation number 2. You don't see that often.
No, you don't. I'll tell you one thing. The 2 is making the bottom work really well for him. Contact with the 57. They almost spin. 63 is making the top work for him.
That outside just pushing forward. Those bottom drivers, they're getting together, making use of that top side. All clear racetrack up there. 7 laps to go here. Justin Henderson and Jim Rivas, that battle for the lead.
Rivas is able to make the top work a lot better than a lot of these other drivers. They're kind of taking it through the slick, but 63 has that throttle control on top that he can just make use of all that momentum and stay ahead. But the 57 is giving him a real run for his money right now. They are side by side into 3 and 4.
Coming to 5 to go here in the second constellation. This battle for the constellation winning position here. The battle for first heating up. Jim Rivas, that 57 on the inside. Justin Henderson in that 63 on the outside. Also that number 7, Jeremy Akins, he wants in on this. He wants that race win. The 2 there, Nicholas Mole. Also, no, the 63 loose on the high side there. Lost
I'm not sure
3.
when it happened, but the 2 is driving without a front end right now, and he's in 3rd place.
I do notice that no front bumper on that too. The 63 with a big bobble on the high side. You were talking about it earlier, the bottom, a little bit of a safer route, that high side. You got to have the commitment. You got to drive that thing like you stole it here. As you see, they kind of get tight there right when you hit the cushion. Kind of got to let that car free back up and get off of that corner exit. 2 laps remaining. White flag out in the air. Jim Rivas, Jeremy Akins out in front.
Coming to the checkered flag.
For the 6th position, that 99 has it. That 54 just outside of checkered flag there. Jim Rivas, Jeremy Akins, Nicholas Mole, Brandon Jones, Justin Henderson, Tim Taylor. Those 6 drivers going to advance to that feature race here tonight. Gonna get a quick 5-minute warm-up. Let these drivers rework this track in, and then we're going to be back here with the feature. Go ahead and check out some of our partners and sponsors here at Fearless Broadcasting. We're going to go to a quick side-by-side ads. We will be right back.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Hello, and welcome back here to I-55 Speedway. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, joined by Kean Fry, getting ready for this feature race here tonight. The Blast Off 75 at I-55, presented by TNT Racing. Here for the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series by the No Limit Racing League. I want to give a big thank you to all those partners and sponsors that make it happen over there at No Limit Racing, 51 Speed Performance, Henderson Amusement, CDM Motorsports, Infamous Sim Shots, Tadpole Racing League, Tommy Gun Customs, TNT Racing, and Smith Deadly Designs. Excuse me. Want to give a big thank you to all our partners and sponsors here at Fearless Broadcasting. Thank you to Push the Edge, Tier 1 Setup Shop. Use code FEARLESS for 10% off over at Tier 1 Setup Shop. Thank you to Admin Box. Use code FEARLESS-BOX. That's FEARLESS-BOXX for 10% off on your version 3 or version 4 Admin Box. Thank you to Juicy Spider Studios, Puffy Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Motorsports, and of course, Fearless Broadcasting, having us up here, bringing you this great dirt street stock action at I-55. In these heat races, the consolation races, elbows out racing, we kind of expected it. Street stocks definitely bring a level of physicalness. They tend to lean on each other, beat and bang a little bit. It's been super exciting here so far.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. These drivers are making sure that we know these things are not sprint cars. You can beat and bang a little bit, and you can even overdrive a little bit as long as you're not in the slick and get away with it. These cars are a lot heavier. They're kind of built for contact a little bit. Nothing like intentionally running somebody over, but they can definitely take a hit.
Yeah, these dirt street stocks definitely built. As you see, when those bumpers fall off, they have like almost a whole cage around that bumper area after that bumper cover leaves. They still got a bumper. They'll use it.
Yep, absolutely.
But let's go ahead. The feature race here. Pull up that starting grid. That's not correct still. Why is it not showing me that correctly?
What is iRacing without a few technical difficulties here and there, am I right?
Yeah, today for sure. All right. We're going to go. Let's see if this one will work. This one will work. Cody McDonald, Shane Matthews, Stephen Barrow, Jeffrey Hyatt, Jordan Gage, Evan Stefanski, Jacob Stefanski, Caleb Myers, Jacob Jones, Chris Tarochi, Cameron Stefanski, and Zachary Martin. Gonna be your top 12 here. Go ahead, pop to the next one. It'll do it for me. No? Of course, iRacing just not cooperating today. Okay. That's fine. Zachary Martin, Dakota Proud, Jim Rivas, Jason Calhoun, Jeremy Akins, Nicholas Mole, Landon Falkenberg, Brandon Jones, Tony Weed, Tim Tyler, Ryden Oden, Colton Wilson, Justin Henderson. Green flag out here for the feature. 75 laps around I-55 here with the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series. We see Cody McDonald out in front, Jeffrey Hyatt, Jordan Gage, and Shane Matthews out front so far, side by side down the backstretch. We see that number 66 there on the bottom, trying to make something happen here. A lot of contact here in the back of the field. 3 wide, I see back there.
There's a lot of elbows out already early on in this feature. I don't know if you caught it. You might have caught the tail end of it, but the 14 and the 51, they nearly killed each other for that position. Just a little bit ago.
These drivers giving it everything they got here tonight. I see a bit of beating and banging on the wall, not even just other competitors. 2 of these drivers making contact with that wall in a major way. That top line, though, it looks like moving forward. I see that bottom line trying to stick it out, but I don't know if they've got enough down there. That track work definitely helped. That bottom not nearly as slicked off, but already slicking up down there. Yellow flag out, the 19 around. That's Jacob Jones. Let's see if we can find what happened there. The 2 coming down, making contact with that 19, just stuffing them in the wall there. Let's take that back. We didn't really get to see what led up to that one. Oh,
Looks
that
like
was
a
contact
3-wide
between the
battle
2 and the
just gone
4, yeah.
wrong.
That
Maybe a
not
slide
working out
job.
there. Looks like the 2 was trying to go through the middle. The 4 up there on the outside. That 19 is not able to get on the binder. See some contact there between the 2 and the 4. The 2 gets shot down the racetrack. Now slowed down. The 19 just nowhere to go. He gets a shunt to that right side of the car and just stuffed in the fence there. Absolutely just stopped immediately. That was interesting. Luckily, no other drivers involved. That's a good one, though, Kian.
Yeah.
Well, making it here, caution flag out. Let's pull up that race recap for the first time here tonight. 9 laps before that caution flag flew. Not too bad here so far. We're going to see them double file, back up, get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Pace light's still out.
I am really interested to see how that bottom line is going to form over the course of this thing, because we saw at that last consolation, I can't recall who exactly it was, but there was somebody who was really making the bottom line work for him. So it'll be really interesting to see after this track gets slicked off how the extreme bottom is going to work, because there might be just enough grip to pull a slide job or something like that, or even just keep momentum.
Definitely going to be a challenge here. That bottom side's getting so slick. It's really, really slick through the middle, but that bottom definitely getting more slick. That 28, Cody McDonald leading us off. Green flag back out in the air, side by side for that second position, though. 0-5 at Jordan Gage. He got really tight there. Heavy contact back in the pack there. That number 5 squeezed in the middle. 3 wide throughout the field here at times. This is action-packed racing here at I-55.
Yep, and as the run goes on, you're going to see a little bit of spreading out, but at a track like this, it's a lot more common for you to see maybe 1 or 2 leaders run away with it, but in the mid, towards the back of the pack, you're going to be bunched up a lot more. So once lap traffic comes into play, it'll be interesting to see how the leaders deal with that, because it's like a hornet's nest out there right now. 19 is almost around, courtesy of the 22.
Oh, the 4 around Caleb Myers coming around. Looks like that was the 04 making contact with them in that patriotic U.S. flag up on the roof. Looks like he got tight. And then the 04 just nowhere to go, sending him around there. Looks like the 21 also involved there. Very great job by the number 1 missing that one. I think that's the number 7, actually. Jeremy Akins, right? No, it's not.
Yep. Well, I can't tell. The numbers are all messed up in this session.
The numbers are all messed up tonight. We ain't going to be able to tell nobody off their numbers tonight.
Nope.
But Cody McDonald out front here leading the race. Jeffrey Hyatt in second. Jordan Gage. Still don't want to show me the right information for that. What is going on? Interesting. SDK not cooperating here, showing me the results for my little 10 car lineup. That's okay. Pace lights still out there on the pace car, going back around at least one more time here. McDonald and Gage leading us off to this thing. Jeffrey Hyatt, Jacob Stefanski, Stephen Barrow, Dakota Proud, Shane Matthews, Evan Stefanski, Jason Calhoun, Jim Rivas, our top 10 as they sit. Pace lights still out. Looks like they're going to be reviewing this one a little bit longer. Nope, pace lights coming back out. Going back. Green flag racing here. Race control just trying to decide there on whose fault that one was, I guess. I will say, I don't know if you noticed this, Kian, but that zebra print and that 28 on his decking, that's an interesting touch there. Green flag back out in the air. Cody McDonald with that zebra print interior leading us off here, making some contact with that second place driver of Jeffrey Hyatt.
Yep, there's a lot of drivers making more use of the bottom now that the middle's pretty much slicked off. You gotta either commit to the top or the bottom, and depending on these guys' setups, it's gonna be really hard to make a top stick, but they can do it depending on how they have their cars set up tonight.
A lot of battles here throughout the field. I see some 3 wide action there in the middle of the field. 4 wide almost. The 15, the 45 making some contact there. We watched that one live. That 22 up there on the high side, Evan Stefanski. He's trying to move forward. He's Dakota Proud up 8 spots so far. He's in that 19 on the outside, trying to move forward more. He's our biggest mover so far. No, actually, Tim Taylor, he's up 11 in that 99. He's up in 3rd spot. Or up in 13th, excuse me. I looked at the 3. Caution flag flying. Colton Wilson. Looks like Colton Wilson, the victim of this one. Let's see what happened here. That 24 understeering up into the 21. Nowhere to go. The 4 also collected.
That was almost a blowover. He almost got flipped.
He almost did there. I see a bunch of wrecking after the caution there. Oh, what happened there? Let's take a little better look at that. It's come across the nose of that 21. The 4 nowhere to go.
Well,
very unfortunate for Colton Wilson in that 25 machine. The first one, I think, to leave here. Now we got Jacob Jones in the 19 also leaving the server. Let's see what this crash was.
I don't really know what caused the initial wreck, but what I can tell you is that based off of the driver chat afterwards, there's going to be enough for a full-on radioactive video after this one, because short track tempers, you know?
What in the world? I'm trying to figure out what the 21 was doing here. Oh. Not sure. All right, jumping back live, Cody McDonald. Still out front. Yeah, it looked like he tried to make it to pit lane and just stopped. I don't know what that was about. McDonald and Stefanski, Gage, Hyatt, Stefanski, and Proud. Evan and Jacob Stefanski both in the top 5 there. Jacob in that 23 on the outside, row number 1. Getting ready, green flag back out in the air. That zebra print, number 28, bringing us to the green flag. That bottom still working there for the leaders. Curious to see that middle is gone. It is completely slicked over. If you can take a look at that, it is just black. Absolutely black now.
Yep, but you can still make it work with enough throttle control, but again, that Kia throttle control and with how loose and elbows out these guys are so far tonight, that might be easier said than done.
Definitely easier said than done. 3 wide here in the middle of the field through the turn number 1 and 2 down the backstretch. More contact. Oh, the 15 around, able to keep it straight. Do they keep it rolling? Nope. caution flag number 4 coming out here. Looks like the 99, that number 1.
How many times am I gonna commit a broadcaster's curse tonight? I swear. That's like 3 times now. I said something might happen, and 2 laps later, it happens. What is going on?
Wow, he's got some damage. That 21 of Landon Falkenberg bringing it back to pit lane, but that was not the incident. Let's see. We can find it. Here we go. The 51 coming around off the nose of the 91. That one, nowhere to go. All right, so now we know where to look. Let's bring it back a little bit. Take one more look at that. Oh, yeah. So that 51 across of that 99's nose, pushing them both up the racetrack. The 99 making contact with the 15. The 15 and the 51 then getting together. The 51 coming around after more contact with the 99. Look at that 45 just squeezed by there on the bottom. Wow, that was some luck there for him. But that one not as lucky, coming to a stop. Heavy hit there for all 3 of those drivers. Not what any of those guys wanted to see here tonight. Big thank you if you're here live with us. Make sure you jump up in that chat. Tell us who you think's gonna win it here tonight. Want to know who you think's got it? I'm saying that Cody McDonald 28 car, man. He's been out front a lot here tonight. That zebra print, I'm with it, man. It's just a vibe right now. I'm digging the zebra print interior. I wonder if it's fuzzy, Kian. He's got the fur in there, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see if that fuzz works out for him. Pace car is coming off the track. Green flag is back out. Once again, the bottom line gets a great start. He is in control right now.
That outside, still preferred line. He jumps immediately to that outside, 3 wide for that lead position. That 05 on the inside, the 28 through the middle, and that 23 on the top. I think that middle still got some speed there. I don't know how he's making it work there, but that 28 of Cody McDonald absolutely making that middle work.
Top side still has some grip, and the middle is working out for the rest of the field, but you got to keep an eye out on those tires, because the more you run over that slick, it's kind of like if you keep over driving it on asphalt, the car just doesn't have, you're going to get really tight because you're going to use up all your tires real quick. He's got to be careful about using up all his tires this early on.
Definitely gotta be careful on those tires. The tread, there's only so much of rubber in that tread. You can't use all of it or you're gonna have absolutely no grip out here, and they don't want that. I can tell you that much. 3 wide down the backstretch. That 2 on the inside, the 2 in the middle. Both number 2 machines looking to go side by side. That 7 here, we're watching the battle for 10th here. Jason Calhoun in that 16, just out ahead. Jeremy Akins, Tony Weed in that 45, all battling here for that 10th spot. Tony Weed moving up the racetrack. That number 7, Jeremy Akins, trying to give him a little bit of space there. Let's jump back out front. That battle for the race lead. That 28 out in front of the 6, Jacob Stefanski, Jeffrey Hyatt. Our top 3 as they run in that picture right there. Still using the middle a little bit lower than I expected. Through the exit, they used that little bit of patch of fresh dirt still left. I don't think that's going to last much longer there, Kian.
No, it's probably going to last maybe 5-6 laps at most, but eventually we're getting pretty deep into this race. You're going to have to start committing to either the top or the bottom, or your tires are going to fall off and you're going to drop like a rock. So these guys have got to start committing to a line and just stick to it and hope the other guys don't figure out a way around them too quickly.
As we see that battle heating up here in the back of the field, the 2 side by side, that 15 on the outside, they were 3 wide momentarily. They figured that one out. That's Nicholas Mole in that number 20 that we're watching. Says number 2, but he scored as the number 20 there next to the actual number 2 of Cameron Stefanski.
45 and the 14 are kind of going elbows out there. 3 wide with the 5 right now. 5 gets off the wall. That's contact. They're able to keep it clean, but there is some really aggressive driving going on for the top 10 spot right now. They're able to keep it clean, but I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 10 laps we see another yellow.
Definitely beating and banging out here at I-55 with the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series here tonight. The Blast Off 75 at I-55 presented by TNT Racing. Hope you guys having a great Thursday night here tonight out there live with us, checking us out. Whatever day it is, you're checking us out on the recorded video. Thank you guys for stopping by, being here live with us. That yellow flag, you put it out there, Ian, back out in the air. It looks like, if I can find the cause of this one, looks like Caleb Myers.
Goodness, they're still wrecking after the yellow flag came out. I'm sorry to cut you off, but there is 2 or 3 good T-bones right after the yellow flag came out, right around 3 and 4.
We're taking a look at that 27, Caleb Myers back here. I think he made contact with Jeffrey Hyatt, quite possibly. Oh my gosh, yep. That 2 flipped upside down. No, we're going to have to take a look at that. That's Cameron Stefanski. How'd he end up on his lid there? All right, there's a little telltale sign. Okay, so coming down the back stretch here, rubbing bumper, front bumper to rear bumper there. The 7 throws it in there. Jeremy Akins, he just can't even catch the car. The 2 just all over that rear bumper. The 7 coming around. The 2 getting pushed up the racetrack because the 7's coming around. He goes off on his roof here, flipping over. The 63 narrowly avoids the number 2 there as he's rolling over. The 19 with some contact with the 2 there. Then that 0-1 coming, rolling in late. Little extra contact. The 2 rolling back to his wheels. That's Cameron Stefanski there taking a roll.
I mean, is it safe to say I told you so? What did I say? Within the next 10 laps, there was going to be another yellow? What do you know? Within 10 laps, there's another yellow.
These drivers, the intensity on 100, maybe 110 right now, all want to get up to the front. Want to get to that lead spot, pushing, beating, and banging, rubbing on each other. Getting ready to go back green here, though. 5th caution for the night. Caution flag laps not counting here tonight, so we're going to go a full 75 laps under green flag. That green flag back out in the air here as we see 3 wide stack up in the front. The 57 is, I think, Jim Rivas. He got slowed up there. The 22, some contact with the 66, 4 wide down the front stretch. This is one gaggle right here, Ken.
Oh, absolutely. And this isn't back in the mid-pack either. This is all these guys are fighting for a top 10, even a top 5 spot right now. The leaders are kind of just running away with it right now. But I mean, I'm really excited to see this kind of racing, but I don't know how long this is going to last.
Definitely got to be careful with one another. That 22 machine up front in this pack here, that's Evan Stefanski. He's in 5th. Jeffrey Hyatt in the 93, labeled as the 66 just behind him. Then we got that 57, Jim Rivas, we're watching here in that paint job I like so much. That number 5 just behind them, Shane Matthews riding that high side. He's liking that outside cushion there very much. Looks like through the turns, that bottom still got the grip. You can make a run on the bottom through the turn, but exit of the corner and down the straightaway, if you're not on that high side, you just can't keep
contact behind. 19 is spun around.
Caution flag out. 19 coming around again. See what happened there with Jacob Jones this time. That 1 on his outside. The 51 just ahead of him. Real big loose there coming down the backstretch. Turns it down into turn 3 here. On the bottom, it looks like that 51 coming around in front of him. Nowhere to go. Oh, he just had nowhere to go. That was the 51 coming around. That had nothing to do there with Jacob Jones. Just wrong place Wrong time.
Yep, and that's gonna happen in especially in short track racing. But man, that was right on his right front tire. I wouldn't be surprised if that gave him some sort of suspension damage.
Oh, as we see that 51 almost contact with the 4. I think that made him nervous. He got tight, got up high, hit the cushion. It gripped up and turned to more left. And then it was just a ride there. He was along for the ride. The 19 nowhere to go. And that's just how it went. Fortunately, Jacob Jones in that 19 relegated back to the pit lane after that incident there.
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe he can make some spots back with a little bit of attrition with the way this race is going. Not to say anybody's driving bad, but short track racing with street stocks in the dirt and about 3/4 of the track is slicked off already. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe at least 2, maybe 3 more cautions by the end of this thing. See if guys in the back can make up some attrition spots, get some extra points for the championship.
Definitely possible here. Lap 45 of the 75, 30 green flag laps remaining. Cody McDonald out front, 6 caution here tonight for 30 laps so far, but luckily not counting cautions here tonight. These cautions breeding cautions coming back to back. See if we can't get a green flag run, green flag back out in the air. That Cody McDonald, number 28, with a great jump out in front. That 05 and the 6. That's Jacob Stefanski and Jordan Gage battling it out for that second spot.
3 wide towards the back. I believe it's a battle for 7th right now between the 22, the 5, and the 15. 5 is on the extreme top side, but 15 is kind of making that bottom work. 22 is trying to force the middle, but Highline with that cushion, he just has the momentum. He can squeak out a little bit ahead. 22 makes it work a little better that time. 1 and 2 seems like the outside line is preferred, but I don't know how.
Big run by that 20 through in the middle, coming around, contact with the 15. Luckily staying green there. The 45 around, off the nose of the 2, yellow flag coming out. We saw that one happen. Wow.
2 cars are flipping right now.
Upside down on his lid. That's Colton Wilson in the 25. That's not, you can't park there, buddy. Take it back and look at that one. Colton Wilson, I don't think he was the start of this one, but he definitely involved. Take a look at this. Let's go ahead, full speed. He just got caught up in the mess. I don't think he got on the binders hard enough. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that was 3 cars upside down. I didn't even see that. That's as close to a big one as you can get in street stocks. My goodness.
It's a big one. Wow. Let's jump with Cameron Stefanski. He's not. Oh, where is this? Not going to count him. Okay, so here. Hit play. That 22 coming up. The 45 coming across the nose of the 2. And then up the racetrack. That's what happened. Okay, wow. The 63. Oh! Wow. What action. Hey, that was a... Okay.
Well, if you ever wanted to see what streak stocks look like at their best, just put $20 on the line.
I think we got a little bit of a close-up view. We did a little inspection there on the undercarriage of a few of those race cars. I don't even think we got to send them through post-tech. We got it. Just pause it right there. We'll take a look at that droop chain and a few of the suspension components. But green flag about to come back out. Those pace lights still out. So they're looking over this one. I think they're going to add to this one. Race control definitely got a lot to look at after that one. We're going to go to a quick ad break. Give us a moment here. We're going to be right back.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps.
And we're back here live. Green flag back out in the air. The lights on the pace car tricked me there. They were still on, but back green flag here, the 28. Cody McDonald out in the lead out front. That 23 of Jacob Stefanski now trying to get that second position on the high side.
05 is going to make a move on the extreme bottom side. He almost makes it work. He gets the podium spot, but I think he was going for that lead. But now they're too wide for third now.
I think he had a big understeer push there. He was trying to hold that bottom, and the car just pushed up the racetrack. Luckily, not making contact with that 23 there. You see these drivers getting single filed out in the front, but the 14 making contact with that 04 down the backstretch. They're able to keep that thing straight there.
Back up top to the lead. They are making the middle line work. I think they just have that kind of throttle control where they're able to run the slick and save their tires, which that takes a lot of talent to do. A lot of respect to these drivers for doing that, but towards the back of the field, there is a lot of elbows out racing still, even with about half of the field weeded out by now.
27 laps remaining, 26 as we cross the line. This time here, Cody McDonald at 28, I talked about it earlier, that zebra print, man, I'm feeling it. I don't know, I just get a vibe from this 28. I think he's going to bring it home here tonight. If you're here with us live, go ahead, shout out your favorite driver, who you think is going to win. I want to know who you got here tonight. My pick right there, that number 28, out in front, Cody McDonald, leading so many laps here tonight so far. Got to go with the boss.
Well, I gotta say that I respect that pick, but the number 6, Jason Stefanski, caution is out. Or Jacob
Yellow
Stefanski.
flag coming out there as we see those 77 laps led. Cody McDonald. Let's see if I can find, it looks like the 19. Nope, that 24. Nope, that is the last one. This is not the right one. Throw down. Gotta love that one. Evan Stefanski in the 22 here crashing. That's what we got. So let's take a look at this. Watching for that 22 of Evan Stefanski back here. That one right on his back bumper, just sending him around there. Nothing he could do. Making some contact with that inside wall. Take it back one more time. Yeah, he just got ran over on that one. That one just ran him over.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the slick, it's pretty hard to come back from that hard of a contact, and even just the slightest tap can get somebody uneasy, so it's bound to happen. But I mean, wow, even outside of the top 10, these guys are fighting for every position. It's really competitive. I love to see it, but I mean, 8 cautions in a feature. That's not bad by any means, but there's a lot of attrition spots being made and a lot of drivers who are probably going to go back to the garage with a few words for the guys who finished tonight.
Definitely a few great cars out here for tonight. I'm going to kind of go over here who's not scored out on the racetrack, just because we got quite a few drivers out of the race. Justin Henderson in 15th of 7. He's not out there. Oh, is he? Yeah, he is. He's just a lap down. Okay, so that first car not on the track is 17th. Stephen Barrow, Chris DeRochi, Nicholas Mole, Colton Wilson. Those guys. Green flag dropping here. Jacob Stefanski in that 23. What a good restart there. The 28 not able to capture the lead on that restart. The 05 down to that very bottom. Once again, he's liking that bottom lane.
Yep, and what I was trying to say before the last yellow came out was that Jacob has been keeping the 28 of Cody McDonald honest all night, so I think he might have a chance to win it as well. 28 is definitely running away with the most laps led, but I think Stefanski has a real shot at winning this thing tonight. He's been keeping Cody honest all night.
Clean traffic there, definitely gonna help Jacob Stefanski move into that top spot. Cody McDonald now's got to make the pass, so it's one thing getting up side by side, but getting around that driver ahead of you, that's a whole different deal. Still side by side, that 05 and the 57 there, battling for 4th. as they single file back out. We watch the 04 out in the wall there in turn 1 and 2, able to regain control of that thing. We see these drivers not much side by side. The only side by side battle I see right now is that 45 and the 14 back there, but they got back single file. Somebody big blink right there.
I think these guys are...
Yeah, Zachary Martin having some big blinks down there on the bottom. He's all the way on the inside, trying to use that good dirt there on the bottom. I just don't see getting that car turned that tightly around here, giving you an advantage.
I don't really see it either, but I'm the way these guys are going single file right now. There's only, I think, 1 or 2. Oh, double
04 around the 7. Contact yellow flag back out in the air. I think we caught that one live.
Yeah, we definitely did.
I was watching that one.
Oh man, what even happened?
So that 04 there on the bottom, entering in that 45, I think helped them a little bit, but not much. We're going to take a different look at that.
I think the 45, maybe he helped him a little bit, but I think he touched him by the time he was already basically sideways, so there wasn't really anything the 45 could do.
Yeah, no, I don't think that contact spun the 04, but the 19 getting involved in that one along with that number 7 of Jeremy Akins. We see he's missing his front bumper. Quite a bit of damage out there in that 07. Or the number 7, excuse me.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to come down to... If this isn't the last restart, then I think it's going to come down to whenever the last restart is, because these two, McDonald and Stefanski, they've been keeping each other honest all night. I think at this point, the restarts are going to be what determines the outcome of this thing, because if you have a good restart, if you can get clear traffic in front of you, you can pretty much run away with it with how slicked off the track is now.
Definitely looks like it's much easier to keep somebody behind you than go and make a pass here tonight so far. So yeah, I would want to be that race leader, the number 6, Jacob Stefanski there on the inside for sure. But if I'm Cody McDonald in that 28, I'm rubbing that zebra fur and wishing for good luck right now.
Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing. Pace truck is about to come off, and we are about to go green once again. Nope, delayed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the 28 falling back there. I don't know if he called something out there. That looked like he was hanging back there quite a bit.
I didn't hear anything on the driver radio. I'm a little confused, but maybe there's something I didn't see.
Looks like pace light's still on, so we're not going to go back green. I don't think. They might be reviewing that last one here just a little bit more. Race control reviewing the incident, trying to make sure he gets the right person. Pace truck off, down into pit lane, green flag, back out. Jacob Stefanski, Cody McDonald. Can McDonald make it work on the outside? He has been very strong up there with a big run down the backstretch. Still side by side as we enter turn 3 and 4, the 05. Wow, what a run there in 3. Looks like that 23 cleared the 28. Into the wall a little bit. He's trying to pinch him up high. That's not going to be good. Contact, but all drivers able to keep it straight there. The 28 coming around. Oh, no. That caution flag flying there. The 28 coming around off the nose there of, I think that was the 05. Yeah. Wow, let's take a look back at that one. 4 wide right there through turns 1 and 2. Little bit of contact, the 05 with the 28. The 66 able to get out from behind that, but the 28's just sideways, holding on those brakes. The 05 is just pushing him at this point. He's still in the gas, man. Yeah, he's still on the gas, trying to push him off of him. Still, look at that.
Wow. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love me some hard racing, but with the size of field that it's at now and how slicked off the track is, I feel like you got to pick your battles a little bit, because driving this aggressive, you take a lot of risks, and in order to finish first you have to finish. So
Definitely one of the sayings I love to say. You got to make it to the end to be in it, to even have any kind of finish. You don't want to not finish. So the 15 also getting involved there, collecting with the 0-5. This is right here. I don't know what's going on in that 0-5's brain right now, just standing on the gas trying to get this 28 out of my way. But that makes me chuckle right there. Green flag coming back out. Sorry, we had to look at that a little bit extended. Another 66 around the 15, the 1, the 0-5. No caution yet. What just happened there?
why is there no caution? What?
No caution. Caution flag flying now. That's 7 still on the racetrack. Or is that the... I am so confused. That was a lot right there. Let's see. Jump back here. That was on the initial start there of the restart. This little wider view here. That 66 coming around in the front. Yeah. We called the one before the big one, Keen. I think this one's the big one now.
Yeah, that's wow. I mean, there's a big
22.
one, and then there's this. You take out about half the field with, what are we at? About 10 laps to go now?
Wind this one more time. Okay, so the 51, 57 making contact with that 66, and then the high side just nowhere to go, collecting everybody else back up in that one. That was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm still holding on to my original prediction that it's going to come down to the final restart, no matter how many laps it is left. Maybe with the green-white checkered, it'll be a little bit different, but whoever can run away with the clean traffic off the restart, that's going to be who comes away with it.
Not many laps remaining here. We've made it here to lap 69, Kian. Jacob Stefanski out front in that 23. 11 cautions for 53 laps here. Are they any worries of running out of gas, too? I just thought of that one. They have a full tank. Hope so. Green flag back out in the air. That pace truck diving down into pit lane. Jacob Stefanski. Jim Rivas in that 57 out front now with Dakota Proud in that 19 on the bottom. He's looking to get that second spot.
There are only 9 cars left on the lead lap and 10 cars on track, if I'm counting correctly. After starting
Definitely
at 24.
45 around. That's Tony Weed. Yellow flag coming back out again. Patch, if we could see what happened on that one with Tony.
My goodness, I am... Wow. I mean, the slick is claiming everybody tonight, I guess.
It definitely is treacherous out there tonight. See if we can't take a look. He made some contact with the 22 there. The 19 finishing off the job, sending him to that 180 position. He got it back going there pretty quick. But caution flag flying out here for the 12th time here tonight. Yeah, that's a lot of cautions. We kind of came into it thinking there was going to be quite a few. The driver count, a lot of drivers, 24 drivers in street stocks in a feature. That's a lot of street stocks out here around the quarter mile of I-55.
Yep.
But
there's
claiming,
a
I
lot
think,
of
a few more than
drivers.
we thought.
Yeah. I thought there would be at least like 15, maybe 16 drivers still out here, but man, there's
the field
only 10 cars on track.
Fortunately, these street stocks take a beating, but they can only take so much. You injure that engine, it's just no point left anymore. You get that damage to the front end of your car, and your night is over. It looks like we're going back single file restart here this time. No more double file. Green flag back out in the air here. Jacob Stefanski, Jim Rivas, Dakota Proud, Brandon Jones, and Jason Calhorn are top 5. Now, you're definitely going to have to set up a pass here. All these cars spread out This is going to change things up for the last few laps. 7 laps remaining here. I don't know if any of these drivers are going to be able to just up and drive around Jacob here.
I don't think so either. He's been strong all night. He's already making a bit of a gap to second place. He's got that clean traffic in front of him. I know it's a bit early, but unless there's a late caution, I think he's going to run away with this thing, or unless he makes a mistake.
As we see that battle for the second spot, the 57 and the 24 battling side by side. That 15, Brandon Jones, he's right back there saying, come on, guys, touch each other. Let me by. As he moves to the outside.
3 wide for 5th right now.
As they work it out, the 22 and the 1. You see that 1, no bumper cover there on that front end. The 19, heavy damage, a lot of dirt there built up on the 45. He's still got a pretty good bumper there.
I'm surprised the 1 is still out here with all that dirt going into his engine. I'm surprised it's not choking up his radiator. He's around. 22 is also around.
Into the wall. Caution flag number
goodness.
13, the 22, hard into the wall there.
Here it goes again. As soon as I talk about somebody, they get caught up in a wreck.
Ouch. That was a hard hit there for that 22, Evan Stefanski. That was a really hard lick there. Looks like the 1 there just lost momentum, gripped up, came down the racetrack again. Kind of like a instant from earlier. Looks like he caught that cushion there, gripped up, boom, and then it shot him down the racetrack.
Yeah, and just nowhere else for the 22 to go. With that slick, you can't really go any lower, especially with the 45. And
the
19 collects somebody
also
behind
just
him,
nowhere
too.
to go. The 22 becoming a top almost. Spinning there.
Yeah. Oh,
Live
man.
action here. The blast off 75 at I-55 sure is blasting off tonight, Kian. The Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series putting on a show for us here at I-55, getting ready to go back green flag. It looks like the car count dwindling even more. Jacob Stefanski, Jim Rivas, Brandon Jones, Dakota Proud, Tony Weed leading us off our top 5. Green flag back out in the air. Green, white, checkered. It looks like white flag is out. Does the 57 Jacob Stefanski or Jim Rivas have something for this 23? I don't think he does. Checkered flag out in the air.
Not quite.
Here out of turn 3 and 4. What in the world? Why did it say final?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Checkered flag is out now. Jacob Stefanski comes away with it. And the 15 of Jones comes away with a podium with a broken front fender and all that dirt going up into his engine. That is going to be a chore to clean out of his car going into next week.
And your race winner here. Your race winner here tonight, the Blast Off 75, Jacob Stefanski in that number 6.
Wow.
Brandon
What a
Jones in the
race.
15 and Jim Rivas there in the 57. Wow. What an event. We're going to jump over to some quick commercials. Actually, no, I'm going to show the race results here first. Feature, show. Jacob Stefanski, Jim Rivas, Brandon Jones, our podium here tonight on the quarter mile I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway. 3 lead changes by 3 different race leaders. Cody McDonald started out on top. Didn't end out on top, though, unfortunately. That fuzzy zebra print not working out there for him, Kian.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't work out in his favor. That's okay, but we're going to jump back here to some commercials. We're going to be right back with our podium, hang out, and check out what these drivers got to say. We will be right back.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1, 2, 3 finish.
Why it's not wanting to load my podium thing. That's not cool. All right, well, we're back here in Victory Lane. Fearless Broadcasting. Greg Tilson, Kean Fry up in the booth. We got our race winner, Jacob Stefensky. Let me see if I can pull up his car up here on screen. Jacob coming home with the race win. How'd it feel there, buddy? A long, atrocious race here tonight.
Yeah, there was definitely some attrition there. It was car felt real good. I tried to kind of hit the setup where I'd be good at the end and not as much in the beginning. But I got some wheel damage early on and was just able to hang on and be at the right place at the right time and bring it home.
Great job doing that. Throughout that race here tonight, see a lot of lines, different lines working there. The high, the bottom, the ultra bottom there, the 0.5 tried a few times. Well, that middle, how much throttle control did that really take? Because that middle was just so worked in. I can't believe how much throttle control you had to use there.
Yeah, I was probably only like quarter throttle through the corners there at the end. It was really, really touchy. I was able to run kind of a top, mid to top slider line earlier in the race when I took the lead from McDonald, like initially, and then he got me back in the middle there, and I was like kind of kicking myself. I felt like I should have got back down sooner, but thankfully I was able to come back and get him on the restart there.
Definitely a eventful race here tonight, that's for sure. Did that restart when you got the lead there, you think that was the winning moment? I'm thinking that was the moment that solidified it. Once anybody got out front, it was just so hard to pass, it looked like.
Yeah, I wasn't really secure in the win at that moment. There's a lot of fast guys in this league. Jordan Gage was still there at the time. He's still tucked right back in behind me. I'm not quite sure what happened all right behind me there I saw some of those guys dropped out, but there's a lot of quick guys in this league. Even Jim Revis at the end, he was showing some speed, and I was watching the relative. Can't ever count him out, especially when the track goes dry like that. So I just was kind of hanging on and feather footing the throttle and hoping that I didn't. I had like 20% right rear left at the end of that race. I had nothing left to give. So if somebody had something a little bit more, I don't know if I would have had anything to stop them.
Ian, you got anything for him?
Yeah, I don't remember where you started in this thing, but throughout the heats and the consolation and finally the feature, even with the reset, how hard was it to manage the slick as as the track just got more and more rubbered in? How did you manage that throttle control at the end of it?
Well, so I started seventh, and I had Jordan Gage in front of me, and my plan was follow him. I had my younger brother to my outside, diagonally there, and he's usually pretty quick up top, and I was hoping we hit the right gear for the track. So we were kind of really bogging down in the beginning, saving the tires, still going all out, but the gear had us kind of bogged. So we were locked to the track. And then as it dried out, though, you really had to feather foot the throttle. These cars, especially with the horsepower gain, they like to spin the wheels, that's for sure.
Well, an absolute great job here tonight, Jacob, capturing that race win here for the Blast Off 75 at I-55, presented by TNT Racing. Before we let you go and celebrate this win, you got anybody to thank there, buddy?
Yeah, I got to thank my wife for letting me come out and run this. Sunrise Racing, WB Creative Designs, always making my cars look good. Steve's Lawn Care, Modern Drip Coffee. You guys for doing the broadcast, and these guys for putting on a league that we could all come out and have some fun in racing.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much there. Jacob Stefanski, our Blast Off 75 race winner in that number 23, number 6 today in hosted. Numbers all over the place, but that's okay. Congratulations one more time, buddy. I'm going to let you get out here and celebrate that race win. Great job there tonight, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Have a great one. Jump Jim Revis up here. Okay. Jim Revis, that driver of the 57 machine, coming home second here tonight. Hey, Jim, you got me?
I got you, man.
Doing an awesome job. Had the attrition here tonight. I commented earlier in the race there. I love that paint job, the black, red, and silver. That's my go-to color scheme on all my paint jobs. So I want to let you know that you got a sweet paint job there, buddy. But give me a little first-person perspective of how that race went for you there tonight.
I ain't got no complaints. The slicker, the better. I like it slick. Like you said when you came in, it was just a battle of attrition. With Jacob, man, he had it on rails, and the gear I had, I was way too low geared. I either had to hug the bottom, or if I moved up any, I was hitting the chip. So good racing. Enjoyed racing around everybody, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect to finish up this close, but I'll take it.
Hey, one of those days that the results a part of the struggle. You held it together all night, got it to the end there. Like we said, the attrition, a big part there of tonight. Give me a little rundown, though. I saw a lot of drivers switching lanes to the very bottom, the very top. Where were you here most of tonight?
Well, most of the night I went up top, and there was no way I could run it, like I said, with the gear I had. So about the middle or so at the beginning of the race to about halfway through, and then I just kind of migrated to the bottom. So, dude, like I said, I can't complain. This is a 4-year-old DWR setup that I tweaked a little bit this week. We don't run fixed setup anymore, but dude, I'm having a blast over here with the open sets and just tweaking on them again.
Awesome there. Hey, Kean, you got something for him?
Yeah, I saw that I don't know if you got involved in it, but that either last or second to last track that took out a few more drivers and put you up towards the front. What were you?
Oh, you cut out there, Kean.
Yeah, you cut out. I got to what was you.
Me too. That's all right. So what were you thinking there when you saw that accident happen?
I seen them get together, and I've raced with Jordan enough. I know they got together, and Jordan is real good. If you do get sideways in front of you, he'll try to hit your front end and straighten you back out so you keep going. And I think that's what happened there. When I seen it happen, I didn't know whether to go low, go high, so I just shot down low right to the wall and just kind of mashed the gas and hope for the best. And like I said, it turned out good for me. And I don't know how many it collected behind me, but like I said, it was good racing all night. I appreciate Dana putting it on and everything.
Well, congratulations there. Coming home on the podium there in second, that number 57, Jim Rivas. Before we let you go there, buddy, who do you got to thank here tonight?
First and foremost, man, I got to thank my team, DWR. We might be a bunch of old guys, but we still enjoy racing. Slingingdirt.com, Grumpy Graphics for the graphics on the car, Viz Retail Liquor, Panda Nation, Dana and all them guys for putting this on and adminning and everything. And you guys, man, for doing the awesome broadcast.
Well, we appreciate that so much there, Jim. Great night. I'm going to let you go and celebrate that podium finish here tonight. Awesome job there, buddy. We look forward to seeing you the rest of the season, pal.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too, man.
All right, let's see if I can find Brandon Jones, not currently in the chat. Give me a moment. I'm going to take a peek around, see if I can't get him. Let's go to a quick commercial break. If I can get him, we'll get him up in here. If not, that's going to be it. So we're going to be right back.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Control.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
All right, it looks like I'm not gonna be able to get a hold of that Brandon Jones number 15 machine. It looks like he's not answering, so we're gonna go jump back over to those results here tonight from the Blast Off 75 at I-55, presented by TNT Racing. Jacob Stefanski coming home out on top. Excuse me, a little bit of hiccups. Jim Rivas, Brandon Jones, our podium here. Unfortunately, not able to get an interview there with Brandon. Federated Auto Parts Raceway, I-55. This quarter mile, we had 75 laps around this place. I think we went a little bit more than that, but that's okay. 3 different lead changes. Under green for 3 different leaders. Cody McDonald starting off on the pole, not having a great night. Dakota Proud with our fastest lap there. That was a 14.273. Cody McDonald led the most laps there with 42. With that zebra print number 28 interior, full of zebra skin or something. I'm not quite sure. That was funny. Fortunately, I just got word Kian Fry, the co-broadcaster, been here all night. He just lost power. So he's no longer here with us as well. But thank you guys so much here stopping by, checking out the No Limit Racing League here with the Henderson Amusement Dirt Street Stock Series. I'm going to give one more thank you to all those partners and sponsors that made it happen. Big thank you to 51 Speed Performance, Henderson Amusement, TDM Performance, Infamous Sim Shots, Tadpole Racing League, Tommy Gunn Customs, TNT Racing, Smith Deadly Designs. Thank you guys for everything you do there for No Limit Racing. I'm going to go ahead and say big thank you to all our partners and sponsors here at Fearless Broadcasting. Big thank you to Push the Edge, Tier 1 Setup Shop. Make sure you use code FEARLESS for 10% off over there. Big thank you to Admin Box. Use code FEARLESS-BOX. That's FEARLESS-BOXX for 10% off over at Admin Box. Thank you to Juicy Spider Studios, Puffy Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Fearless Enterprise, Fearless Motorsports, and of course, Fearless Broadcasting. On behalf of Keen Fry and myself, Greg Thielsen, it was a pleasure being here tonight, bringing you all the action around Federated Auto Parts I-55 Speedway for the Blast Off 75 at I-55. Here, brought to you by TNT Racing. It's been a great night. Hope you guys all had a great time here with us. And until next week, stay fast and stay fearless.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.